Okay, 30 seconds to showtime. I just got to announce everybody, and then I'm out of here.
Antonio Brown, you have to keep off the news.
You're all set. Are you guys all set? Everybody knows what they're doing? Everybody's comfortable?
Okay. I want to welcome everyone to Batavia Downs in the 30th annual New York Sire Stakes Night of Champions draw, and our finals to be held on September 14th. We're going to be drawing 8 New York Sire Stake races with purse money of $225,000 each. Before we do that, I want to recognize some people here. First, our honorary draw master, Steve Hawley, Assemblyman, represents Batavia Downs, does an outstanding job for us. Bruce Tubin, President of the Western New York Harness Horsemen Association. Our presiding judge, Mr. Donald Simmons. Our associate judge, Noel Cropper and Andy Ferris. Our racing secretary, Joe Zambito. Our Peter Argena, trustee of the New York Sire Stakes. Also, Kelly Young, the executive director of the New York Sire Stakes. Our president and CEO, Henry Watasik. Our vice president of operations, Scott Kudrowski. Our vice president of administration, Bill White. If I left anyone out, I apologize, but I think I caught everyone. So we are going to begin the draw for the 8 championship finals. So let's get underway.
Okay, we will start with 3-year-old Philly Pacers, going for $225,000. Let's see. We have a full field of 8. Okay.
The first winner is 3. Number 3.
Sulky Queen, trained by Jen Bongiorno, driven by Brian Sears, will be 3.
The next number is 7. The number 7.
Zero Tolerance, trained by Joe Holloway, driven by David Miller, is 7.
The third number is number 5. Number 5.
Crazy Cute, trained by Mark Harder, driven by Tyler Buter, is 5.
The next number, number 8. Number 8.
DD Delicious, trained by Travis Alexander, driven by Matt Cayley, is 8.
The next number is either 9 or 6, but I see that it's number 6. The number 6.
JK American Beauty, trained by Nancy Johansson, driven by Brian Sears, is 6.
Easy to see, number 1. Number 1.
Hurricane Norricane, trained by John McDermott, driven by Jason Bartlett, is the 1.
The next number, 4. The number 4.
Brooklyn Lilacs, Jen Bongiorno trainer, Joe Bongiorno driver, number 4.
And the final number, number 2.
So Awesome, Scott DiDomenico trainer, Tyler Buter driving, number 2.
Yeah, the guy who sits over there.
What a draw. Do it.
And leave them just on the right. And then you get your.
Okay. This is where you put them.
Next, 3-year-old filly trotters, the Richard Banka uncoupled entry. 225,000, full field of 8.
First number 2. The number 2.
Stella Jane, John Butenshane, driven by Corey Callahan, is 2.
Next number 1. The number 1.
Blue Ribbon Girl, Richard Banka, driven by Jim Morrill Jr., is 1.
Lucky number 7. The number 7.
Sensibility, George Ducharme, driven by Scott Zeron, is 7.
The number 3.
Quincy Blue Chip, trained Richard Banka, driver Jim Morrill Jr., is 3.
The number 6.
Pilgrim's Lass, trainer Scott Andrews, driver Jim Marone Jr., 6.
And the number 4. The number 4.
Without a Doubt, trainer Irvin Miller, driver Marcus Miller, is number 4.
Next, the rolling number 5. The number 5.
Sweet Chapter, trained by Blake McIntosh, driver Matt Kakali, is 5.
And finally, the number 8. The number 8.
Wind of E, trained by Tron Smetshammer, driver Jason Bartlett, is number 8.
No, I'm staying. I'm going to be exiting after this year. Yeah, you can't do that.
Next, we have 2-year-old Philly Pacers. There's 8 of them.
Hold on a second.
All right, good to go. Ready?
The first number 7.
Number 7, Murga Hanover. Trainer Ron Burke, driver Matt Kakali.
The next number 1. The number 1.
Number 1, The Fun Marshal. Trainer Silverman, driver Scott Zeron.
Right after number 1, number 2. The number 2.
Number 2, Movie Town. Trainer is Stafford, driver is Tyler Buter.
The number 3.
Number 3, Cash Roll. Trainer is Ringler, driver Jim Morrill Jr.
Next, number 8. The number 8.
8, Galleria Gal. Trainer is Berger, driver is Ty Buter.
The next number 6. The number 6.
6 will be Hidden Cove. Trainer Irv Miller, driver Marcus Miller.
The second to last number, drawing number 5. The number 5.
Number 5 will be Racine Bell, Dewhurst, and driver is Bartlett.
And last but not least, the number 4. The number 4 is
The 4 will be So Rude. Trainer Scott DiDomenico, driver Jim Morrill Jr. Next will be 2-year-old filly trotters, going for $225,000. Make sure there's 8. Ready to go.
The first number, ironically, number 1. Number 1.
The 1, Hushabye. Trainer Blake McIntosh. Driver at Kikali.
Next is number 5. The number 5.
5, Really Blue Chip. Tammy Cummings is the trainer. Driver Anthony McDonald.
And right after number 5 is number 6. The number 6.
6, Surprisey. Trainer Dan Daly. Driver Dan Daly.
The next, number 4. The number 4.
Number 4 is Without a Warning. Trainer is George Ducharme. Driver Scott Zeron.
And next, the number 8. The number 8.
8, Love a Good Story. Trainer Julie Miller. Driver Andy Miller.
Next, the number 2. Number 2.
Number 2, Hypnotic AM. That's Trainer's Melander. Driver is Brian Sears.
And next, the number 7. Number 7.
7, I Do It Myself. Trainer Rick Zeron. Driver Rick Zeron.
And finally, last but not least, number 3. The number 3.
Number 3 is 7 Times a Lady. Trainer and driver Aki Ronstadt. We'll switch.
Okay. 2-year-old Colt Pacers. Slayer, and Schnicker. We have an uncoupled Ray Schnicker entry in this one. Whenever you're ready, gentlemen.
Number 7. Number 7.
Level Up, trained by Ed Hart, driven Jim Morrill Jr., is 7.
And next, the rolling number 1. The number 1.
Sandy's Bolt, Jose Godinez, driven by Jason Bartlett, is 1.
Next is rolling number 3. Number 3.
Save Me a Dance, trainer Andrew Harris, driver Jason Bartlett, 3.
And the number 4. Number 4.
Splash Brother, trainer Ray Schnicker, driver Tyler Buter, 4.
Next is number 6. The number 6.
Hurricane King James, trained by John McDermott, driven by Brian Sears, is 6.
Just before number 6 is the number 5. The number 5.
Cigars and Port, trained by Ray Schnicker, driven Jason Bartlett, is 5.
Next is the number 2. Number 2.
Freedom Warrior, trained by Kevin Lair, driven by Jim Morrill Jr., is 2.
And finally, the number 8. number 8.
Groovy Joe, trained by Blake McIntosh, driven by Matt Kakali, is number 8. Okay, 2-year-old colt trotters.
First number 7, the number 7.
Chap Diama, trained by Tron Smedshammer, driven by Brian Sears, is 7.
Next, the number 3. Number 3.
Hobbs, trained by James Campbell, driven by Greg Merton, is 3.
Number 2. The number 2.
Sky Castles, trained by Andy Harris, driver Scott Zeron, is 2.
Next, the number 1. Number 1.
Beer 30K, trained by Bruce Borden, driven by Tyler Buter, is 1.
Next, the number 6. The number 6.
Berkery J, trained by George Ducharme, driven by Brian Sears, is 6.
Number 8. The number 8.
Bourbon Express, trained by Jessica Cusco, driven by Jason Bartlett, is 8.
Next, lucky number 4. The number 4.
Third Shift, trained and driven by Ox Vonstedt, is 4.
And last but not least, the number 5. The number 5.
Barn Holden, trained by Steve Pratt, driver Andy Miller, is 5. All right, 3-year-old Colt Trotters is up next. Yep.
And the first lucky number 4. Number 4.
Captain Krupnik, Ox Vonstedt, trainer and driver, is 4.
Half of number 4 is number 2. The number 2.
Lucky Weekend, Chris Licata, driven by Jim Morrill Jr., is number 2. Lucky Weekend, number 2.
Next is number 3. The number 3.
Powers Court, Cheryl McGivern trainer, Mickey McGivern driver, number 3.
Next, the number 6. The number 6.
Travel winner, Richard Norman trainer, Sean Gray driver, number 6. 6 is travel winner.
Yeah. Shouldn't just let them go. Ready to go.
And the next number is 8. 8.
Winner up, Trans Medshammer, trainer driver, is 8. Winner up, 8.
Next, number 1. The number 1.
Cavill Hanover, trainer Ox Fonstedt, driver Jim Morrill Jr. is 1.
Next, number 7. The number 7.
Chimpanzee, Marcus Melander, driven by driver Brian Sears, is 7.
And finally, the number 5. The number 5.
Livin' on the Dash, trainer Irv Miller, driver Marcus Miller, is 5. 3-year-old Colt Pacers is next. Whenever you're ready.
Good to go.
First number, number 5. The number 5.
Buddy Hill, trained by Chris Oakes, driven by Tyler Buter, is 5.
Next, right after number 5, number 6. The number 6.
Major March, trainer Linda Toscano, driver Jason Bartlett, Major March is 6.
And right after number 6 is number 7. Number 7.
Reigning Deo, trainer Brett Pelling, driver Jim Morrill Jr., Reigning Deo, 7. Reigning Deo, 7.
And the next number is number 4. The number 4.
Shake That House, trained by Chris Oakes, driven by Brian Sears, is 4. Shake That House is 4.
Next, the number 2. Number 2.
Major Blake, trained by Sam Shalaki, driven by Jim Morrill Jr., Major Blake, 2.
Right after number 2 is number 3. The number 3.
Artie's Ideal, trained by Irv Miller, driven by Marcus Miller. Artie's Ideal is 3.
The number 1. The number 1.
Hick from French Lick, trained by Ray Schnicker, driven by Matt Kakali. Hick from French Lick is 1.
And finally, the number 8. The number 8.
Roll with Papa Joe, trained by Jen Bongiorno, driven by Joe Bongiorno. Roll with Papa Joe is 8.
Good job, guys.
Are we gonna do the game here? Did it already.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our post-draw for the 30th edition of the New York Night of Champions to be held here on September 14th. Great job by Steve Hawley, Mr. Tubman, our judges, Sarah, who did the numbers with Kelly, Kim. Everybody did a wonderful job. Before we conclude, we just want our president and CEO, Henry Watasek, to say a few words. Henry?
Thank you, Todd, very much, and thanks for what a great event here, everybody. Again, I'd like to echo what Todd said. Thanks for everybody being here. Thank you to the groups that chose us for this premier event, the premier harness racing event in New York State. We are going to have literally the best of the best here, the best pacers and the best trotters of New York-bred horses. Some of the best drivers in North America are going to be here on Saturday night. And again, we want to extend our thank you for giving us this opportunity. We look forward to putting our best foot forward to shine for this event. Our hotel is sold out. Our clubhouse is sold out. We have people calling us constantly for this event. So we're really, really looking forward to it. Thanks, Bruce, for a great partnership. We really appreciate what you're doing. Senator Hawley, thanks for coming in and doing such a fantastic job on reading those numbers. So we want to thank you once again, and we look forward to just a tremendous night on Saturday night, and we look forward to seeing everybody there. Thank you.
I like though when you called it the rolling number. That is really good. I like it. Good to see you again. Take care.